As Hurricane Melissa batters Jamaica, the storm also caused some major disruption, not only to Cuba, but also to Caribbean cruises in the area. Many major cruise lines have made some big changes to their schedules in an effort to try to avoid the storm in its path.
And joining us this morning, USA Today consumer travel reporter Nathan Diller. Nathan, thanks for being here. So tell us which cruise lines are impacted right now and what kind of changes have they had to make?
Yeah, so far we've seen impacts primarily to Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity Cruises. Those are some of the major lines that we've seen reroute their ships. Some of the impacts you're seeing are Eastern Caribbean itineraries turning into Western Caribbean itineraries, and including different stops than they originally planned to. So cruise lines definitely try to steer clear of the storms whenever possible.
So if you do have a ticket to go on one of these cruises, what should you do right now?
So right now, technically, cruise line ticket contracts are pretty cruise line friendly. Generally speaking, you're not owed money back if your cruise doesn't go where you originally planned, particularly if you're after the final payment due date. If you know that you have cruise coming up maybe next hurricane season and you want to think about rescheduling it, if you're outside that final payment due date, you could do that. But generally speaking, they don't owe you money. That doesn't mean that you won't get any money. So oftentimes cruise lines will provide some sort of compensation in the form of maybe onboard credit or a future cruise credit if they do have to substantially change your itinerary.
So what's the best way to get up-to-date information about your trip? And can you get out of these trips if it's just not ideal weather? Like if it's just rainy throughout, are you just kind of, out of luck?
Yeah, so it's always a good idea to make sure that you've given the cruise line your best contact information. Carnival, for instance, has a service where they will text you updates about your sailing, and even up to the minute. If the embarkation is delayed at the port, they can let you know so that you're not sitting at the port all day waiting to board the ship. So it's always a good idea to stay in touch. They all have customer service departments that can let you know the latest information about your sailing. Unfortunately, sometimes those changes don't become necessary until the last minute. So you may not know until pretty close into your sailing where you're going to be going. It's always also a good idea to get travel insurance. That can definitely help you out in this situation. So if a disruption does happen, you might get some of that money back through your travel insurance. But generally speaking, the contracts do allow the cruise lines to change those itineraries. So that's just something to know going into booking, and paying attention maybe to when your final payment due date is so that you can change it beforehand.
I want to throw you a little curveball, because anytime you take a cruise in the Caribbean in hurricane season, not a great idea. What are some good places to be cruising right now, though? Give me some locales.
Yeah, so definitely from June to November, we've got that Atlantic hurricane season. So if you're looking to avoid that, Alaska is another really popular summer destination. Those cruises tend to run from around April to September. So midsummer is a great time to see wildlife there and to go. It's not quite as cold at those peak months. You could certainly go to the Mediterranean. A lot of ships are sailing there this time of year. And so the weather that may be affecting cruises in the Caribbean may not be affecting the cruises over there. So a lot of alternatives, definitely other regions to explore if you're trying to avoid those storms.
So let me put you on the spot. Favorite cruise destination you've ever taken? Come on.
I gotta say, I'm partial to expedition cruises. I think a lot of people don't think of them when they think of cruises, but they are a little bit more adventure focused. You get out, really immersing yourself in the destinations. I've been to Antarctica on an expedition cruise, and it was pretty incredible.
Nice.
So those are definitely something to look into if you like adventure.
He's hardcore, though.
Yeah.
See, I'm more the just chill and
Exactly.
fruity drink.
Exactly.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, we'll just hang out in the in the heated pool.
Yeah, man. I think we're the similar cruisers.
Exactly.
Nathan Diller with USA Today, consumer travel reporter. What a great gig. Thanks for joining us here this morning.
Sign me up for that gig.
I know.
You're right.